Hey, what's up, it's DJ. We got some more mods released today for Faresin 25. In total, 17 mods today. Not a bunch, but we still got a good amount. All platforms got 11 new. APC Mac players got 5 new and 1 update. Hey, if you like staying updated with all the latest mods in Farm Sim, get subscribed and make videos every time they are released. So let's check out today's. Starting off today, new ones for all platforms, we got the Risoux Forest. The mysterious Risoux Forest is back, a place where every path whispers a secret and every shadow hides an enigma. Quit putting enigmas in shadows. That's how you get ghosts. You want ghosts? They've got a really awesome description of this on the mod hub, so if you guys want to, definitely jump on and read through that. It's super duper good. You can read it through in my voice in your head, or you know, anybody. Probably a lot better people. You can see there are little fields around, but it's not too much, and the birds will not shut up. Oh my gosh, they are so loud. I'm so done with it already. On here, you've got a couple small areas that you own. So you've got farmland 62 here, and then our main farm, which is farmland number 60. As for everything else, you are going to have to buy it. Let's jump back in real quick, take a look at the farmland areas. Of course, all of them are spread out. Pricing's not terrible, especially with logging. You're going to be perfectly fine. I think the thing you're going to have trouble with is buying the fields because they are small and they're expensive. So there's that. There is a couple areas where you cannot buy. It's where you've got sell points, productions, things like that. And one of the nice things is right across from our main farm is the shop and all that good stuff, which is great. Check that out. We got the John Deere shop back. I love that thing. That's so cool. Yeah, this is basically your main area here. As for everything else, it's a login map, so you know what to expect. Here is your crop growth calendar. Looks pretty standard to me. No animals on here. We do have one production site available. You could get that if you want it, but that is the only one on the map. If we jump down here to vehicles, you can see we've got a couple things, and they're actually really, really big things. This is a really nice starting setup for a logging map. So if you've been looking for a cool logging map and something that starts you off with some equipment that is awesome, this is probably the one to go for. Oh yeah, there's 20,000 trees on here. So let's have a race, see who can cut them all down first. Next up, we've got the MAN TGX 18500 4x2 from Caston 18. So for those of you that have been looking for more MAN trucks, this is a great one to check out from an awesome modder. We start off with 500 horsepower, and well, that's all you get, period. We got a manual transmission, 900 liters of fuel, and it goes 49 miles an hour. As far as our spoiler goes, we can go with no, just the fairings and the spoiler. I kind of like all three of these options, so whatever fits you best, good to go for. We also have different fender options as well for the very back, so basically can top those off or leave them open. And then we have a few colors. So we have the cabin color, which is going to be, of course, MAN red. Now, the first one is not really the cabin itself, but it's the bits at the very bottom. I definitely recommend keeping these either red or making them maybe an onyx black. Looks pretty good. The second one, however, will be the top of the truck. And then lastly, we have your rim colors. Here it is with all of the options hooked up to the base game Cron trailer with the Farming Simulator FSL logo, which is very cool. Hey, what happened to the FSL? I haven't heard anything about it in like, what, 6 months? Something like that, maybe a little bit more. FarmCon last year was the finals, but we hadn't heard anything else from it since. Nonetheless, the truck is awesome. It drives great. You've got a good amount of movement, but not too much in the cabin itself. Jumping into first person, you can see we've got some motion and movement, but it's not bad. Also, I'm still working on filling my cache up because now every time I update my drivers, the game has to fill up all the cache again. It's a sweet truck, man. Works great. So if you've been looking for a nice MAN truck, check this one out. Next on our list today is the Faresin PF1.13. This is a feed mixer for you guys. 13,000 liter capacity. 60 horsepower is required. You can change up the main color, which is nice, but other than the license plate, that's about it. Next up, we've got one that is puzzling me. This bad boy is the Pavelli RAT Pack. Now, it comes with 2 of these. One of the pictures has the lines going around towards top. The other one does not. However, you could change both of them to be however you like. So maybe one of them comes like base as the transport. So speaking of transport, this would be what you would use for like your bales, and then the other one's a low loader, so there's no bale auto load, but you can change it to transport. I don't know. That I think it's more confusion than players need. Just leave it as one trailer. It's fine the way that it was. On here, you do have both of those configurations that we showed, wheel brands and setups, automatic mode for loading, as well as a manual mode if you want to do that. Branding colors, we got all kinds of colors in here. As you can see, different brand names, different brand types, all kinds of stuff. So if you want it to match whatever tractor you've got, you could do that. We do have some different setups for the rear lights too, if you want those. However, the originals look pretty sweet around towards the front. You do have numbers 1 through 10 and letters A through Z. You can change up the attachment type, the air hose style, the beacons if you want them to be flashing or rotating, tension belts of orange or no. If you're doing auto loading, you should probably have tension belts off, because auto loaders and tension belts do not get along in Farming Simulator. You've also got a setup for a map or Italy license plate if you want, and then you've got the hub color and rim color, so you can change those up independently of the color of the trailer. But yeah, I don't know, it's more confusing than it needs to be, even for me. It will hold up to 52 bales, 125 through 180 centimeter round bales, 180 to 240 square bales. They do not have baby bales set up for this, so heads up there. Next is the Lizard N012. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Nah. This is a fertilizer and lime spreader. The fact that these small spreaders will also do lime, but a lot of the larger ones won't, blows my mind. Nonetheless, this one is pretty cool. Up to 326 liters capacity, down to 253. It's got a 15 horsepower requirement, 10 meter spread at 7 miles an hour. You can change up a few things around it, and it does have a different trailer attacher around towards the back if you need to pull a small trailer around. You got main color and design color on here if you want to change them up. Next is our Lemken VarioPack 110. This is a front disc harrow, so it goes on the front of your tractor. You do have a couple different working light setups, and we even have a couple different working widths too. This is very nice. So if you've got a 6 meter seeder, but it's not direct drill, well, you can throw this at the front of your tractor and it'd be good to go. Pretty cool setup, especially having all of these different working widths. Great job on that. Very useful. Moving along, we got a couple placeables for you today too. First one's going to be the old Cowshed. This will hold 40 head of cattle. Can't open that door. Hey, we can open this door though. Through here's where it's going to be your food. You can see down there at the corner is where you're going to be buying your cows, but first we have to get in there. So we need to open this up and sneak in. I do wonder, let's turn on our help window real quick and see. We can get to about here. All right, so you unload the animals where the slurry goes. I will say there's probably better places to put this for people using trailers, but it will work if you're using a trailer. Pull right up. The trigger starts about right here. So you'll be good to go. Slurry, of course, milk around towards the front, and if you want manure, put it down yourself. Rarely do bees get some love, but today we've got it. The Beehive with 3 large frames. This cost $1,500. I'm not quite sure how it compares as far as everything else in the game. It says with 3 frames, but everything else gives us like the number. I would assume these are 1. Is this 3? If that's 3 and this is 33, this is a terrible buy. But I don't know how it compares. I'm so sorry. Next is the Farm Fountain. This will cost you $2,500. It's a little bit more than those bees do. They do say that here you can fill your water for free. Capacity is 500 liters per second. The odd part is it's in the wrong spot. This is currently in tools or not tools, but it's currently in others. And this should be up here in either container or tools, likely container. Next up, we've got a neat one. So you may or may not know, but the sprayers can be found in multiple different places in the game. This one that I've placed down, I went into tools, I found it right here. It's from the Kaercher Pack. And this one specifically is the HDS 918 4M tool in the left hand. So we come over here, and Lefty's getting some love. I love that. That's awesome. Tell you what, I can never look at this machine the same way again, especially after using it in FSVR. You're a monster. But if we jump in here into the into the store, got a hand tools. We've also got it here too, so you can buy it there. And then we've also got the ability to use this anywhere. So you could buy the HDS tool in the left hand or tool in the right hand and carry it around like a normal hand tool. How cool is that? So then you've got sprayers everywhere. Lastly, we have the house from the 70s. And I have good news. Even though the sleep trigger is on the outside, this is a house with an interior. It is very basic and it is very tight inside as well. It actually worries me a little bit for houses like this. I think this is probably a European style. This is very un-American. I don't get the room set up. Like, there's a nice hallway. This is the kitchen. This is rough. This is the bathroom with no door. This is like from a war zone. Here is your dining room at the end of the hallway. The biggest room of the house has nothing in it other than a few decorations. And we have our bike room, because we all know we have one of those. I think this is supposed to be the bedroom, but it's actually the closet. I love that they spent the time and made an interior. Absolutely love it. I think it is me that does not quite understand the layout or where a house like this would be located. So if you know, let me know. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players, we have the TerraClear TC100. This is a skid steer rock picker, and it is from JHHG Modding. Now, I was really hoping that this was going to be for all platforms. However, it is not. In real life, this area right here in the front with the belts. Uh-oh. Wait, what was that? Hang on a minute. Hang on. Did something just pop up and disappear? Yeah, look at that. Something's going on with the belt system disappearing there. Nonetheless, with these, what you would do is you would go up and you would put the rock in between the middle of all four of these belts, and they would expand, kick the rock up, hit the top of the basket, and land in the bucket, which would be kind of tilted up a little bit. In Farming Simulator, it's going to be a little bit different. 1,350 liter capacity, and it is for stones. No customization options, also pretty expensive, $28,000. So we are going to grab it. We are going to jump into the field and do a little bit of rock picking. Now, unfortunately, I don't believe that they have shown off how this actually works in the game. So we're going to do our best, and we're just going to kind of see, can I put this down on the ground and get it to kick the rocks up? Yes, I can, but I probably shouldn't. Not like that. Let's turn on our help window so we can actually see what we're doing here. So it would be like that, roughly, IRL. And then can we adjust this? We can. Ooh, and we can move it side to side. That's nice too. So if we can get it to kind of come down just a little bit, can we pick these rocks up? Yeah, so you can see just how it works. And it works exactly like it does in real life. Oh, I was hoping it would do that, where it just kind of kicks the rocks up. That's so cool. Yeah, oh, that's awesome. All right, and these are the biggest rocks that you're gonna find in your field too. So you won't find anything bigger than this. Man, what a cool setup, dude. Oh, that's awesome. Now, of course, for large fields and things like that, this is going to take you a while, probably longer than it would for a rock picker in the game. But is it cool? Yes. Did they do a great job with the animation, kicking the rocks up in? Absolutely. Also, do I wish that it was on all platforms? Yes, I do. Now, there is one other thing that I want to check. Can we do it without that part at the top? Like, can I just go along and pick them up? No. No, I can't. So you will have to lower that part right there and get it to kick those rocks up into the bucket. So just be aware. Oh, it also works backwards. Nice. Next new one for PC and Mac players is Enhanced Shop Sorting. This extends the vehicle shop with sorting options. The sorting options are ascending or descending order including name, price, power, max speed, and weight. To change the shop sorting options, say that 3 times fast, all you need to do is press the O as in, oh man, I love KFC, that key, which can be configured if you want to do a different one, and when you have the shop menu open. In addition to the base game behavior of grouping mod equipment separately, at the end can be toggled on or off. One of my favorite mods for Farming Simulator 22 is back. This is the HiredHelper Tool. What this does is it sets helper names and the limit to 30. Right now the limit is, I think, 10 on PC, so there is that. I think it's 6 on consoles. This gives your helper names. Next to last is Herbicide Mixing. This mod allows you to mix herbicide and fertilizer for simultaneous application. You can add one ingredient to the sprayer itself, then place another ingredient in an additional sprayer tank. Both will be used at the same time. They do say tips for the workers: put the fertilizer in the main tank sprayer and then place the herbicide in the additional tank. So, aka, put the liquid fertilizer in the rear tank, and then, as from screenshots here, in the front, put your herbicide, and it'll spray both at the same time. Very cool. Last new one for PC Mac players is in-game time operating hours. With this mod, the operating hours counter and fuel consumption are linked to the in-game time scaling rather than the real-life time scaling. For example, if you play on 5 times scaling, the operating hours goes up to 5 times as quick without the mod. The same applies to fuel consumption as well, so heads up there. I would be interested to see about leasing vehicles, because if that's the case, this could get expensive quick. And your only update today for PC Mac players is going to be the MMS Agriline RAT Pack version 1001, improved the attacher. And there you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double the notifications, of course, that way you never miss videos like this one. I've also got some new merchandise with the new logo on it, so definitely go check that out on the Teespring page if you haven't seen it already. Otherwise, just hope you have an awesome day. Happy Wednesday to you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.